McAuliffee.
Now let's hear it for the greatest Secretary of Natural Resources in the history of the Commonwealth. John Jenkins, I thank you for joining us today. I appreciate it. And I saw our great delegate as well. Luke Torian was here. Where's Luke? Stand up, give the Reverend a great round of applause. Thank you all for being with us here today. And, as I say, we're here for a couple purposes. One, we're going to go look at the shoreline and look at the improvements that we're going to make. But more importantly, we're rolling out today, which really are historic investments that we have made, largest investments ever in protecting our land conservation, land preservation, our state park investments, which were so important, which is what we're actually here to announce, these historic, and water quality, which is critical for us. I do also want to thank the wonderful partners here at the Leesylvania State Park for the great work they've done, and all the friends at all the parks. And I got to tell you, as I've traveled, as we've mentioned, this is now my 25th state park. I have the honor of being the first governor to visit every one of our community colleges. I will have the honor of being the first governor to visit all, at the time, 36 state parks. We're about to add another, natural bridge, so the first governor to visit all 37 state parks. While I'm at it, I'm going to try to be the first governor to visit all 155 craft breweries. Hey, if anybody can do it, I'm your man. Let me tell you right now, it's just the Irish. But if you look at this beautiful setting here, I know this is a day park, but people get to come on, look at the beautiful Potomac River out there. It really is spectacular. I mean, we are very unique. I love our state parks, as you know. What a huge asset for the Commonwealth of Virginia. Last year I announced that we had 40 million visitors to the Commonwealth of Virginia. It's a $26 billion industry, tourism is, for the Commonwealth of Virginia. Huge asset for us. I just got back from the United Kingdom and Israel last week, where I was on my, I guess it was my 19th trade mission. I'm the most traveled governor in America internationally. I travel constantly. The reason I do, 95% of the world's customers live outside the United States of America. So you better go and visit the folks whom you want to bring back. But wherever I go, and people say, and I had a huge interview in the United Kingdom on the main tourism channel over there, I got to spend about literally 40 minutes talking about our great state parks and why is it that you should come to Virginia. And the thing I always mention are our state parks. I mean, they are beautiful. As I say, I'm going to get to all of them. I mean, we have new cabins for the overnight ones, spectacular, beautiful new cabins and new kitchens, and we've been kayaking, we've been horseback riding, we've been hiking. What else have we done, Clyde? We pretty much tried to do it all.
I had to have soldier surgery trying to keep up with you kayaking.
Yeah, we did have a good long kayak run one day, which was a lot of fun, and but it's great, and this is what it's all about here. That's why Molly and I and Clyde and others fought so hard in our budget to preserve these state parks, to actually add to our state parks, because some are in great shape, but some needed a lot of work in order to take it to the next level. I've argued that, you know, some may agree or disagree with me, but we do need Wi-Fi in all of our state parks. If you are overnighting, then you may have to have a business issue. If you cannot access the web, it's going to make it a little difficult to get those folks to come back again next year. So some basic things we're trying to do to take our parks to the next level, but we did have bipartisan support. I'm proud to announce that this year we had the single largest investment in Virginia's history for agriculture, water quality, best management practices, and we additionally put some more money in our soil and water conservation districts. As you know, Virginia's Water Quality Improvement Fund was first established in 1997, and with the budget, we are finally taking it to its full potential. I'm proud to announce that we put $61.7 million in our budget over the biennium budget, which is the single largest investment in Virginia history. That's the applause line, folks. You want money, you got to keep clapping. We'll give you more money. I'm a simple man. But in addition, we included additional funds to support our local governments as they upgrade wastewater treatment plants so that we can reduce the nutrient pollution all across the Commonwealth. So putting these together, we are making progress on what is so important to us, is preserving our Chesapeake Bay and meeting the terms of our Chesapeake Bay watershed agreement. I also happen to serve as the chair of all the governors of all the headwater states of our Chesapeake Bay, and I just found the other day I'm going to be re-elected unanimously. Thank you, Molly, for running that. heard that the governor of Maryland was going to try to take a run at me after my term, but, you know, with Molly running my campaign, it ended up being unanimous. But we're also improving the water quality of our rivers and streams and our major watersheds, going all the way from Southwest Virginia all the way to the Eastern Shore. These projects provide our citizens, obviously, with cleaner water. We improve public access to all of our natural resources and provide a healthy environment for our wildlife and fisheries. And I thank all the folks. And let's give a round of applause. We see all the folks who work at our parks and DCR. If we can give them a great round of applause. Office, someone who has visited our state park, and they really compliment me, and you should all understand, I do get letters all the time from people from out of state who come to our parks, and they write me a letter about the great hospitality and just really how nice everybody is when they come to visit us. And I just want you to know you're really making a mark on people, and they'll come back and visit us again. We also put in our budget $16 million for the Virginia Land Conservation Foundation, as well as $2 million for our battlefield preservation. So we're continuing to invest. And we have a lot of got more big announcements this year, which I think people are going to be very happy about by the end of the year. The new budget authorizes the transfer of Natural Bridge, which will become the newest addition to our state park. As you know, Natural Bridge at one point was actually owned by Thomas Jefferson himself. So it'll be great if you haven't seen the Natural Bridge. It really is something special. This is a great way, as you know, this is our 80th birthday of our state parks here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. It's the 100th anniversary for the National Park Service, but it's the 80th, and we just celebrated that the other day up at Westmoreland State Park, which was great. They actually had a time capsule that I buried in the ground, and we all put a little something in it. I can't tell you what it is because we all agreed that we would be back in 20 years. And as I was putting the dirt on top of it, I thought to myself, oh, I'll be 79 years old. God. So I hope I'm back for it. But if not, we'll see what happens. But it was really something special up there at Westmoreland State Park, which, as you know, on one side of the Potomac, we have the birthplace of George Washington, where he lived till he was 3 years old. And then, of course, Mount Vernon across the Potomac. So, I mean, no other state can do that when you think of all the great history with Monticello and Mount Vernon and all the historic sites we have. Nobody else has that. Those other 49 states, forget it. No reason to even visit them. Everything is here in the Commonwealth of Virginia. So here we're doing a very innovative approach called a living shoreline, really to stabilize this beautiful area, protect the bay and the natural habitat that we have. This is a tremendous asset for the Leesylvania State Park and for the Potomac Heritage Trail. Another example of how we're working really to protect our water quality. So this year, for the first time, as you know, we are now going to offer everybody low interest loans through the State Water Control Board's Virginia Clean Water Revolving Loan Fund for local governments, Frank, that want to participate and establish these, what we call these new living shorelines. So I wanted to be here today to inaugurate this new low interest loan program we have. I wanted to be here to help celebrate our 80th birthday. I also wanted everyone to understand that this year is the largest investment we have ever had. We have got to protect our water. We have got to protect our natural resources. And I just wanted to be here to thank everybody who's been involved in making today successful. And we could not have gotten these things in our budget, let me be honest with you, were it not for all the activists that we have in our communities who came down to help lobby for us down in Richmond with the General Assembly. At the end of the day, it was a very bipartisan effort. So my last thing I want to do is thank everybody who makes this so special. We all know we live in the greatest state in the greatest nation on earth, and today's action even makes us a little bit greater. So I thank you for being here today, and we're going to take a walk down to the shoreline in a few minutes, aren't we, Clyde?
Yes, sir.
But I guess we got some other remarks.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.